Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Catwoman from the Batman Knightfall storyline back in the 90s when Bane broke his back, and spoiler alert, let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here we have on the top 22 moving parts. McFarlane Toys squishy spawn face, some tape, a window to let some light in from the top, a nice white border around the window that's all around the window. Nice big window showcasing the figure and her accessory, DC Multiverse Catwoman. On this side, DC Multiverse Catwoman, Batman Knightfall, McFarlane Toys squishy spawn face. On this side, a little bit of a window. Let some light in from the side, I guess. Catwoman, upside down. DC Multiverse, whatever this sticker is, and McFarlane Toys squishy spawn face on the bottom. DC print, WB print, small fine, legalese print, made in China print. Symbols I'm not going to learn. A barcode, a number I don't know what it means. On the back, very nice artwork of Catwoman as she was during this era. Catwoman, Batman Knightfall on the top here. McFarlane Toys squishy spawn face. DC Multiverse, and of course, hashtag McFarlane Toys on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. McFarlane Toys squishy spawn face, yada yada yada, made in China. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and her accessories. And first up, let's take a look at the collector card. And I have to say, there's some nice artwork of Catwoman on there from the 90s. Catwoman, Batman Knightfall. On the back of the card, the same headshot from the front. Here on the back, Catwoman, Batman Knightfall data file. And if you want to read all that stuff, you can pause it right here and read it to your heart's content, and then continue on with the video. DC Multiverse, and then small fine legalese DC WB print, all there on the side of the card. And now let's take a look at her first accessory with handy dandy tweezers here, and it's an extra set of hands on a McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. Occasionally happens, not very often though. Nice sculpted detail. Looks like it's all made in this shiny black plastic. She got some claws on there. Splayed fingers, clawing. Very nice looking. There's one for the left and the right. And of course they have little ports in them right there because of the articulation scheme of McFarlane figures. Here we have Catwoman's whip, and it is quite, well, I don't want to say flimsy. It's structurally sound, but it does have quite a bit of movement to it. And it really would have helped this accessory a lot had it had a wire in it for posing. And that's about all I can say, on that front. It would have been nice. But then again, you got to think about, we're still looking at a $20 to $25 price point on the McFarlane figures. Nice sculpted detail. And a little thong at the end there, so she doesn't lose her grip on it. And then of course we have that standard McFarlane Toys disc stand. Only thing that makes this DC is it says DC on it right there. Other than that, it's the same as all the other 7-inch lines that McFarlane does, at least that I have seen. Now let's take a look at the figure herself. And I have to say, overall, it's a nice sculpt. I do like the way that they did the hair. It's got this blue, I don't know if it's a wash or just a paint app on there, but kind of, you know, it makes it stand out a bit and makes it look like it did in the comics. At least I say that's blue. If it's not blue, hey, I'm colorblind, people. Don't make fun of handicapped people. Now, I can't say I'm enamored of this facial expression that she has, but I will say what I am enamored of: no side eye. Thank you, Todd. Thank you very much, Mr. McFarlane. No side eye on the Catwoman. So that's very nice. Now, the way the McFarlane figures are put together, there's a cut here and a cut here, and this is a rubber overlay, and of course it does look like a diaper rather than a single piece cat suit like it's supposed to. And I don't know if maybe they could have made an overlay from this cut down to make it look more seamless than they did, and it still be this rubbery overlay, but just being over, you know, the chest cut here and then solid on down. Because this figure, it really stands out on this figure because there's no belt or anything really to cover up that portion like they normally do. And then it looks like for the most part this is all molded in color. This could be a paint app or this could be a paint app. I honestly cannot tell just from looking at it, but I believe it's molded in this color, and this is, well, I say that. It may not be. It's probably molded in this color, and then this is the paint. I'm just guessing. I don't know that for sure. And same here for the legs. But this really takes me back to the 90s. This is Catwoman around the time of Knightfall. Let's take a look at her articulation. The hair is kind of soft, so it will allow her to look up this far. She can look down that far. She's got some chicken neck going on in there. She's got some waggle. Those ears are quite pointy. Don't grab it there. So she's got some waggle. Can she do the full Exorcist with her hair? And it looks like she can. The hair does make it a bit difficult, but Selena can do it. Now, at the shoulders, does have a bit of a butterfly in there. It'll go back that far. It'll go forward that far. It's really not much. Full 360 degree rotation there at the shoulder, and it lifts up approximately 90 degrees. You would think with a cut right here they would have given her a cut here at the upper bicep, but no, not even a hinge and swivel at the elbow, unless I'm just missing it. Am I missing it? It was a little stuck. So there is a cut here at the upper bicep that does do 360 degrees of rotation. Thank goodness. Double hinged pinned elbow gives you all the way bend. Then that ball joint at the wrist, and you can set it however you like. This one is set to up and down, and it does do a full 360 degrees. And same over on this side. Now there's a cut here where the chest and the abdomen meet, and it does give her some hula. It gives her a little bit of twist, but, well, I say that. If you force it, it will do the full 360 degree rotation. Now, this cut right here, she has hula motion there as well. and another 360-degree rotation. Now, in conjunction, I mean, wow. All the way over to this side, all the way over to this side. She can bend backwards that far and forward that far. So, pretty nice. Pretty nice. At the hips, you bend up the diaper a little bit, and she gives you almost the full splits. She kicks forward approximately 90 degrees. Back, maybe a step. And I don't think they gave us a thigh swivel here, no, but that would have been the perfect place for it. Double hinged pinned knee gives you that much range of motion or bend. And then at the ankles, tilts down that far. Tilts up that far. Forward facing pin for rocker. She does have toe bend even. 90 degrees worth of it, it looks like. And then, of course, that will rotate all the way around. I did it at the foot, but it will also rotate at the top of this ball joint as well. And now, I had her standing up before, now she doesn't want to stand up. There she goes. Maybe she'll stand up. There we go, even with those high heels on. That, my friends, is a look at the figure and her accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have Knightfall Catwoman with the only two other Knightfall related figures that I could find. The DC Universe Classics Knightfall Batman and the DC Universe Classics Build-A-Figure Bane. Not as big as the McFarlane Megafig Bane, but he's still a pretty good-sized fella. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the DC Multiverse Knightfall Catwoman with, from Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From the G.I. Joe Classified series, we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, we have the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison, from Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, we have the 40th anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the DC Multiverse Knightfall Catwoman, I have to say, other than the modern costume for the character, which I guess she's still using now, I would have to say this is probably my next favorite costume. The early classic, 70s, early 80s. I guess like from the 30s she was really wearing that through this early 80s maybe. That costume just never appealed to me, I guess. It appealed to Batman, but not to me. And again, like this one, this is my favorite other than like the new modern Catwoman suit. And this is the one probably from when I read Batman books the most. And I'm finally glad she got a figure. Now, it's not a perfect figure. I'm not real happy with the diaper overlay, I guess you could call it. I'm sure I'm not the first one to coin that. But because this costume doesn't have a belt or anything like that, there's nothing to kind of hide that overlay piece. And there's unless they did an overlay from the chest down through the crotch, I don't know any other way they could have done it, because of the way the articulation on these McFarlane figures is done. But even regardless of that, this is a really good figure, and if you like, you know, that classic 90s Catwoman look, this is it. And, you know, worth a look. Might not be worth a pickup for you, but it's at least worth a look. That does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.